Hey everybody, Starshot here, welcome you back to another Let's Play. Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. We just finished up Chapter 1, and now here we are starting up Chapter 2 with this slight little story segment we're getting of a man's voice talking to someone, who knows. We'll find out shortly here, so let's get started. And that's about the gist of the Sky Bandit incident that occurred in northern Liberia. And to think that the bankrupt Capula family drifted all the way down here. You might be contacted by Liberia regarding the incident, so deal with it as you see fit. Yeah, it turns out I wasn't able to meet him in the end. It seems like something else must have come up. Also, the connection with the Sky Bandit incident is still unknown, but it's clear that another power is at work here. And now we get this awesome spy theme going. Makes me think of 007 or something. No, it's not like that at all. I've also become acquainted with an interesting bunch. The food's great, and there are babes everywhere. This is unquestionably my kind of country. Maybe I'll just take up permanent residence here while I'm at it. Alright, there's no need to throw a fit. Anyway, see what else you can find out. Just don't get caught looking into things by the Chancellor. I'll contact you again, my dear friend. I love messing with that guy. He's just so stuffy and uptight that I can't help myself. A portable phone, huh? Well, aren't you carrying around quite the nifty gadget? Shahara? And the fact that you're carrying around an orbment that even the Swiss Central Factory couldn't create, well, how about you tell me who you really are? Come on, Shahara, don't treat me like I'm some kind of stranger. I'm Oliver Lenham, the wandering bard and gifted musician you've come to adore. But if you'd like to get to know me better, I'm sure we could arrange something. A little pillow talk, perhaps? How about we skip the foreplay and go straight to the climax? Your cheap antics don't fool me, Oliver. Or should I call you Mr. Erbonian Operative? It looks like the title Silver Streak isn't just for show. So I guess you were pretending that you didn't notice in front of Estelle and Joshua, huh? I don't want to worry those two any more than they already are. So back to the subject at hand, why don't you start talking? Who are you, and what are you doing in Liberia? Before that, I'm going to have to correct you on 2 points. First off, these cheap antics, as you call them, are totally natural. I'm not play acting or anything. That's just who I am. Oh, I'm sure. So, do you mean to tell me that you drank that wine without paying just because you felt like it, and after that, being taken to the Hawking Gate so you could gather information was all part of the plan? And you even set yourself up to run into us? I don't think so. I'll leave that part up to your imagination. The other thing I must correct you on is that this device is not an orbment. It is an artifact which was unearthed in the Empire. It can piggyback off any orbital communication system, and its transmissions can be encrypted, so there's no worry about them being intercepted. It comes in handy for a busy man such as myself. An artifact? Like one of the sacred relics the Septon Church has stewardship over? Now I'm all the more curious to know what you're after. Oh, no, Shahara. You should never try to pry into the secrets of mysterious beauty all at once. How would you like to get to know a real woman? I'd be more than willing to show you with my whip. Shahara, I don't see any humor in those eyes. Well, jokes aside, you really should have just been straightforward from the beginning. As you have already figured out, my position is like that of an operative in the Empire. But I have no intention of sabotaging anything or stealing classified information. I merely came here to meet a certain someone. A certain someone? Yes, someone you know all too well. The one lauded as the supreme swordsman and master strategist by the Royal Army. The bracer with a special title belonging to but 4 people throughout the whole of the entire continent. The divine blade, Cassius Bright, is the one I seek. And here we are, at the official Chapter 2 title screen. The Madrigal? I'm not sure how that's pronounced exactly, but I hope I'm close. Of the White Magnolia. Of the Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. We kind of get these little title screens along with usually a slight intro or story thing beforehand. But we, of course, our story's main protagonists are Estelle and Joshua, so we'll be focusing on them and their travels. And of course we'll get everything we'll need set up before we head out. Let's see. If we're going to travel around the entire kingdom, then our next destination is the Ruin region. I wonder which route we should take to get there. About that, so you're really not planning on using an airliner? I think it's going to be quite the detour if we head there on foot. You remember what Chihara said, right? We need to walk and actually see the places we protect first. Or was it Dad who said that? Well, I guess since we have some time on our hands, it wouldn't be a bad thing to head there on foot. We could save the money it would cost to use an airliner. Great idea! We could use the money we saved to go shopping at the boys' market. After all, we didn't have time to spend shopping around leisurely during the whole Sky Bandit mess. And then we could leave after that. So, what do you think? I don't care either way, but try not to waste too much money. Just so you know, in order to enter the Ruin region, we'll need to go through the Crone Pass to the west. Once you're done shopping, let's leave through the west gate. Okay, the west gate, right? Well, you heard him. So we'll go ahead and check out the market just quick here, see if there are any interesting items we can pick up since we have the time. Let's see. Apparently we can pick up a laundry pole, paring knives, insulating tape, which repairs a neutralized orbment. Oh, cures mute. And restore EP. That's a nice idea, but I'll probably hold off on that. We could at least pick up a work helmet. Give us an extra point or few of defense, but I think I'll skip that. Let's see. Nothing here. And then remember this guy, the one we got the pear claw for. He has all these different items we can buy, but yeah, as I said, if you want to save money, it's usually better to just buy ingredients, which we can pick up a few here and there. Figured out pick up some, since it looks like he has a few items that are a bit new, and we got plenty of mirrors saved up, thankfully. Even though I'm picking up a few items that we're, not sure how much we're gonna have use for. Let's pick up plenty of eggs. We got plenty of cheese already. And we might want to pick up some more flour just in case. See, and then some steak. And it looks like we need plenty of sugar for or maple sugar for this stuff. But yeah, so, and then it is nice that they show you kind of everything you need. And some of the recipes we have learned and what ingredients they use. And I think that's about good for now. I'm not sure what, well, we'll pick up some black pepper just in case. So we got that stuff. We have this guy here. What do you sell? Oh, there's more grocery stuff here too. So pretty much all your grocery needs you can pick up from some of these storefronts here and here. And it looks like they have some equipment, but they don't really have much more than what we already have. Okay, they actually have some recipes we almost missed out on. So I'll go ahead and pick one of each for these. And one more shop to go. Oh, the magazine stand. This is another thing you can do throughout the game. You can pick up like the liberal news and see kind of what's going on. Like a first-hand account of the foray and the Sky Bandit arrested, missing Linda case solved. So we can actually see or read about our exploits, along with a book, a fictional book that you can read as well. I'll go ahead and buy them just because I can, but and maybe I'll read them in off time, but I probably won't read them for everyone to hear. And then we actually have a quest we need to turn in for the lost ring, the jeweled ring we found. We turn into her. Excuse me, you're Lana, right? Yes, that's right. Is there something I can help you with? As we enter into her house without even knocking. How convenient is that? Actually, we found a ring that looks something like the one you mentioned in the job request at the guild. If we could, we'd like to have you take a look at it. Really? Truly? Oh, who would have ever thought this would have come back to me like this? So there is no doubt that this is the ring that was stolen? No, this is the one that was stolen, alright. It was a memento from my mother. I would know it anywhere. I see. It must be really important to you then, right? I had almost believed that I would never see it again. I don't know how I could ever repay you for finding this. I'm just glad we could help. So I guess our work here is done unless there's something else. No, that's all. And once again, thank you for finding this for me. Well then, if that's all, we'll leave you to your business. Have a nice day. Well, now that we have that taken care of, there is one last quest we turn in before we or one last quest we do before we can turn everything in. And just to inform you, I already checked this out, but there aren't any new arms or equipment to pick up, but we can go ahead and open some new slots thanks to all the red teeth we got from the bandits' quarters. And now that we have this all opened up, we even have more options for orphans now. And then we'll go ahead and open up some stuff for Joshua as well, now that we've done everything for Estelle here. So now he has more options to do things as well. And if we want to get over to the Hawking Gate, which is where we'll need to turn in the last hidden quest. Sorry if I was mistaken earlier, thinking that the Ambrel Tau was the only one. But thanks to finding that black notebook in the vacuum cleaner we found, we now turn in this black notebook to the army, who has the person who was running the suspicious business into custody right now. We turn it into them, and they'll take care of it for us. But before that, it looks like we're going to deal with some giant birds. But they sadly aren't really up any match for us as we are right now, so I'm just going to kind of fast forward a bit through this. But let's see if there's... No, they're super weak to fire. And of course I don't have any fire equipped right now, so I'll just rely on attacking. Yeah, I'll just keep attacking and just fast forward through this. And sadly I'll miss sometimes too. But yeah, so now that we've finally gotten to chapter 2, it's just gonna be Estelle and Joshua for a while until we get to Ruin. I think we picked someone up along the way. I forget. But, okay, that took a bit longer than I thought, so just in case we run into any more, let me go ahead and equip some arts for us to use up here. Oh yeah, and, let's see here. Okay, so for now, I'll just go ahead and put on Poison. And thanks to the to that last extra slot we opened, we now have learned the new ability Theals, which now revives and heals. So we don't have to worry about relying on reviving bombs anymore. And pretty much, if you want to be able to open up this or ability, to do that, if you just look at your memo here, you can see in Magic 3 on the list, you need 4 water, 2 earth, and 1 mirage if you want to learn that. And just as a side note, sometimes the map isn't or the menu isn't always as nice. But so if you take a look on the right, or on the right, just above the orbment slot picture you have, there are a bunch of numbers that are equal to the number of elements you have. So that pretty much lets you know what you have in that line. You know, depending on what line you have them on, because the you see at the middle orbment we have equipped, pretty much the 2 lines are different. So depending on which line you have going is kind of what abilities you will learn. And that's kind of how we've learned Theas. And you can try to learn, like, I tried to learn Diamond Dust, but, you know, it's either one or the other, since I don't have enough blue. But, I'll keep her as a healer for now. And I'll go ahead and give, our friend Joshua here some, options as well. I'll go ahead and give him the evade for now, and just keep everything else and make sure he has that attack so he can do Firebolt. And yeah, so I think that should be good for now. But yeah, so as I said, I just want to make sure we finish up all the quests, and this is pretty much the last one to do before we leave the area. It's not too hard of a quest, but it's definitely one of those things you kind of have to keep an eye out for. So let's see, if I recall, I think we just meet up with them in the... No, never mind, that's the, that. So I think we go down here in the dungeon. Yeah, he's gonna be let free soon. So, if we don't have the evidence, but we do. Hey, where did the mirror disappear to that was listed in this black book? It would be in your best interest to start talking now, because it's only a matter of time until we find some evidence against you. How many times have I told you to show me some proof of wrongdoing? If I'm suspected of something that proves it, but you can't, can you? Ha ha ha. What's the matter? Oh, huh? Oh, actually this man is being held on suspicion of scheming to take over a factory that didn't belong to him. The only bad news is we haven't been able to find any decisive evidence linking him to a crime. We can only detain him for so long, and after that we're going to have to release him. So you're looking for some material evidence, are you? Hey, Estelle. Hmm? Do you remember that black book we found at the Sky Bandit's hideout? Black book? Oh yeah, that one. You mean the one that was hidden inside the vacuum cleaner, right? A book inside a vacuum cleaner? Would you mind letting us take a look at it? Nope, we don't mind at all. Here you are. Ha ha! This is what I was looking for. Excuse me? There is no doubt about it. This is a secret account ledger for the factory. Hey, Nigel. Take a look at this. Look familiar? This can't be happening. That was taken along with my vacuum by the burglars. Thank you. This has been a great help. Any bracer who can do work like this is a good bracer in my opinion. With this notebook, we should easily be able to establish his guild. I'll make sure we send you an official payment through the Bracer Guild sometime in the near future. Once again, I appreciate your help. And that should be everything. There is an achievement, actually, if you have the PC version of completing all the quests, which I guess is slightly part of what I'm doing it. But of course, the benefit of doing them all is getting the BP points, which ups your class and gets you special orbments that can give you different abilities or help you out and such. So that's kind of the main reason why I'm doing it. When it comes to achievements, they're alright, but I don't really work to try and get them all that often. I usually find them kind of like secondary. They sometimes can help you provide or help you as an incentive to play in a different way, but most of the time they're just kind of tedious, busy work. You know, at least that's been my experience with most achievements, so I really haven't bothered much with them. But so let's go ahead and report them all in. Got the stolen ring turned in, got the black notebook, and got the new Enselpath monster. And now we're Junior Bracer 5th class, and we received a Haze Ornament as a perk. So that should be everything. So with the Haze, as you can see here, it makes it so that enemies become unaware of our presence, and it also gives me Cura. So I'm gonna go ahead and equip that, which I think would be a nice bonus. And I think that's just about it. So I'll go ahead and we're pretty much all set up. All that's really left to do now would be to heal up. And I'll go ahead and just do that at the hotel, since the pretty much resting and places like this are a lot cheaper than spending Mira for different recipes and items. Sorry, wrong place. It's someone's room. We're allowed to go almost anywhere, but we can't do anything other than talk to people. And they all seem fairly happy to talk. They don't question why we're there. But yeah, so now we're off to the West Boys. Or through this path to finally get to the Ruin region after going through the Crone's Pass. So it'll take a little bit, but it, you know, thanks to our nice speed turbo mode here, we can move things a bit more quickly. And thanks to the haze, enemies won't be rushing us all the time now. But I will still need to face or I'll accidentally run into enemies sometimes. But yeah, let's go ahead and just take care of this egg here. And yeah, the cure cures all abnormal status effects except KO. Disappointing, but understandable. But yeah, so achievements, for the most part, I usually ignore them, and I'm fine just getting them if that's something I've wanted to do. Because I don't mind doing all the different side quests, since I do find some of them kind of interesting or different. And they've definitely put in the time and effort to try and kind of make them that way. You know, I know there are plenty of other games out there where side quests are more or less kind of busy work. Or kind of like almost procedurally generated, almost. Like, you know, these quests are just by the books, usual, you know, fetch quests or kill a number of monsters, you know, which I think is fine for a time, but, you know, that's probably one reason why I've never gotten into MMOs that much compared to other games I've played. And here we are, Crone's Pass, or the checkpoint. Man, we finally made it up here. Once we pass through this checkpoint, we're supposed to be in the Ruin region, right? Yep, that's supposed to be what's on the other side. But unfortunately, it's almost sundown. Maybe we should ask them to let us stay here for the night. I guess we could do that. But we've also got the option to hurry down through the pass and rest in an inn at the foot of the mountain, right? Crossing through the pass at night would be dangerous. With our field of vision limited, we would be on bad footing. There's also the possibility we could fall off a cliff if we were attacked by nocturnal monsters. I wouldn't recommend it. You're right. I guess it could be pretty dangerous. It looks like all we can do is explain our situation to the soldiers at the checkpoint. Well, this is unusual. We don't get many travelers at this hour. Did you get lost hiking along the trail? No, not exactly. We're bracers, just so you know. And yeah, we gotta always show them our bracer emblem here. Wow, I'm surprised to see that someone your age is a bracer. So are you here with work then? No, actually we're traveling around the kingdom to become senior bracers. And so we figured we would travel on foot to get in some training instead of using an airliner. You're going to travel around the whole kingdom on foot? Maybe it has to do with being young, but kids are certainly fired up these days. Yeah, I'm not gonna do any tee-heeing anymore. That's just not me. Sorry. Maybe that's a bit of an overstatement. But I'm going to have to tell you that trying to head down through the pass now would be suicide. Recently, we've had an untold number of monsters appearing in the area. It's quite peculiar, really. We got a rest stop for travelers, so it would be best to stay there for the night. Sweet, thanks a bunch. This will really help us out a lot. Don't mention it. Just talk to the chief warrant officer when you're ready to hit the sack. He's in the guard station straight ahead. So just another part of the story. Being, you know, even though there is a recharging station here we could just use. Let's see here. So there's room there. But yeah, usually when they do stuff like that, it's just ways to keep up with the story, or to expand more on the story and talk about the characters. Huh? And you are? We apologize for intruding at this hour, but we were actually wondering. And we get the explained situation and asked if they could stay in the night. Estelle tried to make her eyes as large and yearning as she could in the hopes of scoring some free food as well. Yeah, I think that always works. That can work pretty well against most people, doesn't it? I see. Well, that's no problem. I can see from the emblem that you're bracers. Feel free to use the room next to here. We really appreciate this, sir. But yeah, there's really not much else to do right now other than just continue on. So, this is the room for travelers, huh? Yeah, let's get that fireplace on, shall we? Ah, it's so nice and warm. But you know, wood stoves just feel so much more cozy than these things. Yeah, I agree. Ornament stones may heat up quickly, and they're certainly efficient, but they can't compare with the feel of a real wood-burning stove. True, but these ones are much easier to use. Hey, I'm sorry to bother you. I heard from the chief that you'll be staying the night. If you need anything for dinner, we'll be happy to share what we have with you if you'd like. Really? That would be wonderful, thanks. No worries. After the airliners went into service, the number of travelers coming through here drastically decreased. Honestly, with all the free time we've got, we'll welcome any guests coming through here. Well, in that case, we'll really make sure to eat up. Alright then, give us a little time to get supper in order. And, full disclosure here, I think it's Usher's night to cook, so I hope your stomachs aren't delicate. There sure are a lot of rivalry going on over the Sky Bandit incident. But there are quite a few nice soldiers once you start to talk to them on a personal level. Yeah, that's true. Although, I think Liberal is probably about the only place you're going to find nice soldiers. Huh? What do you mean by that? Don't take me too seriously. I was just thinking out loud. In the meantime, let's put our bags down somewhere. Oh man, I'm so stuffed. They said not to expect much, but the food was pretty good, didn't you think? Yeah, it was certainly like nothing I've ever had before. Excuse me for disturbing you. Did he even ask to, it's like, come in or not? Oh, sir, the meal was delicious. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Really? You must have taste buds of iron, too. I mean, I'm glad to hear that you enjoyed it. Anyway, we've had another guest arrive, so if it's not too much trouble, could you two share the same room? Another guest? In the middle of a night like this? They must have some serious guts to be hiking around in the mountains at this hour. But no, we don't mind. It's not like we're paying to stay here either. I really appreciate that. We're actually in the same line of work as the both of you, so I'm sure you'll get along just fine. Huh? The same line of work? I knew I'd seen you two somewhere before. You're the Heavy Blade Agate? Oh, so you know each other already, huh? By the way, Agate, what do you plan to do about dinner? I appreciate the invitation, but I've had something before coming up here. All I need is somewhere to crash for the night. Understood. Go ahead and divide up the beds amongst yourselves. Alright, good night. Now, if I remember right, weren't you Cassius' kids? What are you doing sleeping in a place like this? And what happened to Scheherazade? Shahara returned to Roland. Now it's just the two of us traveling together. We're thinking of making our way around the kingdom in order to become senior bracers. We're going to see the places we want to protect and train so that we can do just that. Senior bracers? Traveling the entire kingdom on foot? You two are really a bunch of carefree brats, aren't you? What did you just call us? There's no way the two of you are going to simply become senior bracers. Use your brains and think about it for a moment. Say what you want, but we've helped in the arrest of the Sky Bandits. And we've even got some recommendations, so quit treating us like we're a bunch of kids. Oh, that. I heard all about it from Old Man Legrand. Alright, let me put it to you this way. Suppose you had been the only ones there. Do you think you could have solved the incident? Just the two of you alone without Scheherazade's help? Well, I think it would have been very difficult. It's pretty obvious when you think about it, huh? You two are newbies and little brats, to say the least. Not to mention you're lacking in strength and experience. You don't have the ability to make quick, sound judgments. If you get all caught up in yourselves and forget that, one of these days you're going to get the rug pulled out from under you. We're not all caught up in ourselves. How about yourself, Mr. Macho Man? What are you thinking, trying to hike through the pass at this hour of the night? You're either playing careless or maybe that bandana is just a little too tight. Watch your mouth, brat. I'm trying to hone my skills, unlike you amateurs. And besides, I'm here for work. Don't try and compare my actions with your tourist in training. Work for the guild? Yeah, that's right. The work your old man forced on me. Huh? Dad pushed his work onto you? Forget about it. I got an early day ahead of me, so I need to get some rest. You two quit talking and get some sleep too. Hey, he just avoided finishing the conversation. Well, he did drop a tidbit about Dad. That's something at least. Enough already. You two, just shut up. Or just shut the hell up and let me sleep. And you better stop poking around where you shouldn't, or you're gonna get burned. Anyway, why don't you get your behinds over to Ruin and do some jobs listed on the bulletin board? That's far better suited for the likes of you. Hey. It looks like he's asleep. And just as quickly as someone I know. Don't you even dare suggest that. I'm anything like this jerk. What's his deal, anyway? Seems to me like he's trying to do is pick a fight. Relax, Estelle. It's true we're still just novices at this. It could be that he just said that to us because he was worried about us. Do you really think so, Joshua? I wish I could say for sure, but I don't know. But he definitely did get one thing right. We should turn in for the night. We still gotta hike down through the pass tomorrow. I'm all riled up now, but I guess there's nothing to be done about it. Unless we doodle on this jerk's face and then go to sleep. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't wake up with the way he's snoring. Don't even think about it. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm ready to take over for you. Oh, is it that time already? It really makes me wonder if anyone really needs to stand guard with nobody coming through here. Don't you think it'd be better if we just kept the gate locked all night? Unfortunately, rules are rules, and it's our job to follow them. We just got over the Sky Bandit mess, and now things seem to be going downhill. What's the matter? Did you hear something? It sounds like some rustling leaves. You sure it's not just the wind? Uh-oh. Sounds like trouble. Those dogs monsters have collars. What the? A pack of wolves? You gotta be kidding me. What was that? Sounds like something's going on. I'm going to go check it out. You two stay here. Now just you wait a minute. I think we better go see for ourselves just in case. Of course, that's what we should do. Well, this seems like a good a spot as any. Nah, never mind. Let's go ahead and finish this up. The music's too awesome to not try and complete this last little excitement we just got ourselves in. Wolves? This is bad news. We better hurry and back them up. Hey, forget it, you kids. Why are you trying to stop us from helping? And you call yourself a bracer? Don't get me wrong, it's just that it's the Army's job to protect the checkpoint, not yours. These guys are well trained, so they should be able to take care of them in no time. You just be getting in the way. But I'm pretty sure we could... It's just like he says, this is our job. Now get back inside, you three. But... Crap. What the heck's going on here? Estelle, the other side. Seems like something's happening on the ruined side of the checkpoint. What? Bam! Look at that downward swing. Incredible! He's even stronger than the rumors suggest. Ha! So you intend to surround me, huh? You're pretty clever for a bunch of mutts. We've got you covered. Hey, get back inside. You can't stop us from helping you out. We'll try to help you out without getting in the way. Fine, whatever. Just make sure not to get caught beneath my heavy blade. And here we are with a new bunch of wolves to fight. Let's see here. Let's see, attack Doberman. Fairly weak to elements. Moves his pack, quickly corners prey with speed and fangs. So yeah, we'll make use of our arts here to try and take care of them in this case. And we got Adgate to help us out, and he's already got 1000 HP. And he does have some moves, but he might be better as a melee person. But he misses. So he might not be as helpful as we'd first thought. But we'll go ahead and make use of an aerial. That should help take care of things fairly quickly here. And did a good number right there. And they don't hit too hard, so this shouldn't be too hard of a battle if you've been completing all the side quests. And we should be able to just attack to finish them up. Of course, the big heavy guide reminds me of Cloud from 7. Yeah, cool, Joshua leveled up. And he learned Taunt. Oh, and we just got a bunch of new red seep. That's nice. Phew! It looks like we managed to take care of them all. Yeah, there were a lot of them, and they were pretty formidable. It looks like you handled yourselves better than I would have expected. But then again, maybe it's only natural if you learned the basics from your old man. Huh? Don't get me wrong, I mean, you did well for newbies. You're still a heck of a long ways off from becoming senior bracers, though. Hey, was everything okay over there? Yeah, it's all good. We took care of every last one of them. How's your injured guy? Luckily, he just suffered a few minor cuts and bruises. I'm just glad that you happened to be here. I should have expected as much from the heavy blade agate. I didn't do much. And these kids didn't do a half-bad job either. Is that so? Well, thanks to you too, then. Sure. Well, we intend to patrol the area just in case. How about you guys get inside and get some rest? We'll do that, but you be careful. Alright, I guess it's time for me to get back to bed. We shouldn't have to worry about any other dangers tonight, so you two be good kids and get some sleep. Ha! Am I imagining things, or did he just give us a compliment? He may have recognized our ability. Maybe he's a lot more straightforward than we made him out to be. I don't know about that. But he certainly talks big, that's for sure. So yeah, I still find those wolves attacking a bit suspicious. Estelle! Estelle! Wake up! Oh, come on. Can't a woman have her beauty sleep? Huh? Joshua? Is it already time to go to the guild? What are you talking about? This is the Crone Pass checkpoint. Oh, right. We had that monster scare last night and... Huh? Where'd the red-headed jerk go? It looks like he took off early this morning. Apparently he had an urgent job to attend to. Oh. And after we helped him fend off those monsters last night, too. How rude of him not to say anything before leaving. It's not that big of a deal, Estelle. How about we get ready ourselves? I'd like to make it through the pass by noon. Alright. It's off to Ruin we go. And that's as good a place as any, so join us next time as we continue our trek through into Ruin and through the Crone Pass. Until then, have fun gaming.